Warning, this program is entirely fictional and made by a sole Canadian man. All characters and events in the show, including the host, even those that are based on real people, are entirely fictional. The following program contains mature subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised.
America. The land of the free. Home of the brave. And the stupid. And the criminally insane.
This is America.
The United States has seen its fair share of gangbangers, mobsters, and psychotics who've roamed our beloved streets causing untold chaos, destruction, and corruption. Tonight on Grand Theft Auto Biographies. Love, loyalty, and family. Tonight, for the first time on GTA Biographies, we will be breaking out of the tradition of covering just one notorious criminal, and instead follow the known histories of two different people whose criminal stories are inextricably linked. We will follow a pair of lovers who defied cultural expectations of their respective gang lives to find solace in each other's embrace, and their journey from the hard-knock streets of gangland Los Santos to the tight vertical hills of San Fierro and the glowing light of Las Venturas, and back again. We will see friendships bloom, families tested, and a city brought to its knees in violence as we examine the lives of Kendl Johnson and Cesar Vialpando. This episode of Grand Theft Auto Biographies brought to you by my incredible supporters on Patreon. My goal for this channel is to eventually be 100% fan-funded, allowing me to cover whatever I want without having to rely on AdSense and appeasing the copyright gods. If you want to help this channel reach its Patreon goal, you can sign up today at patreon.com/GuinnessWalker and get early access to all of my work, access to all of the music from my shows and permission to reuse them in your own work, a download catalog of every video produced for the channel, access to the patron-only Discord server for weekly game nights/movie nights with me, and your name in the credits. Help me to reach my Season 3 goal so I can continue producing shows for you guys for a long time to come. Thank you for watching, and enjoy the show. The early lives of both Cesar and Kendl could be said to be similar in many ways. Born and raised in the gang territory of the Grove Street families for Kendl and the Barrios Los Aztecas for Cesar, respectively, would force them both into a life of witnessing and sometimes even participating in crime. Despite having stronger ties to her own gang, Kendl would be far less involved in gang dealings growing up, as far as we are aware, whilst Cesar, we believe, would join up with men like Jose from an early age and be more actively involved in the gang's less-than-legal activities. We must emphasize that for much of their early lives, little is known, with slightly more information existing on Kendl Johnson thanks to her infamous brother Carl, while Cesar's childhood remains shrouded in mystery. Kendl would grow up in Ganton on Grove Street, and as the sister to the Grove Street gang's leader, Sean Sweet Johnson, she would be no stranger to violence, or even death. Her family's connection with gang crime would lead to the death of her brother, Brian Johnson, according to some due to the inaction on the part of Carl, but it remains unclear exactly how he played a role in his death. Whatever the case, Brian's death would put a hole in the Johnson family, and Kendl would be forced to watch her remaining brother's relationship fracture, ending in Carl leaving the city out of guilt to live in Liberty City. Meanwhile, Cesar's life growing up presumably in El Corona and the heart of Azteca territory is largely unknown. Some believe that Cesar was actively involved in gang activity long before meeting Kendl or Carl, and we here at Weasel tend to agree, though we must state once again, this is mostly conjecture. What we do know is that by the time Cesar was in his mid-20s, presumably, in the early 1990s, he had become a competent, respected, and well-known racer in the lowrider circles around the city. Having a particular love for cars and modifying their hydraulics for elaborate and boisterous competitions, Cesar would find himself right at home in a city like Los Santos. Los Santos, 1992. a city unknowingly mere months away from chaotic riots that would nearly tear it apart. For now, though, things were calm enough. For gangsters, anyway. Unbeknownst to the gangsters of Grove Street and certainly El Corona, a conspiracy of police officers operating in the city's crash unit and members high up in the Grove's hierarchy would set in motion events that would forever change the lives of both Cesar and especially Kendl. Before all that, however, the two lovebirds would meet and begin dating at some unknown point, likely prior to 1992. It isn't known exactly when, but given that the two had presumably not yet met at the time of Carl Johnson's departure in 1987, it seems logical to assume their relationship began sometime in that 5-year period. Whenever it was, their coupling would displease Kendl's older brother and head of the Grove Street family, Sweet, who viewed Kendl's dating outside of the neighborhood and especially with a rival gang member in a less than enthusiastic light. When Sweet refuses to cooperate with hard drug-pushing elements within his own gang and beyond, he would draw the ire of the corrupt officers in Crash, and eventually be targeted for assassination. When the hit is botched and the Johnson matriarch Beverly is killed instead of Sweet, Kendl would be beside herself with grief, attempting to rush in and save her mother, but being stopped by Sweet, who wanted to keep the grisly scene from his little sister. Immediately, Sweet would phone their remaining sibling Carl, C.J. Johnson, and ask him to return home for the funeral. After 5 years living on the East Coast, it was time to go home for Carl Johnson, but the reuniting of the Johnson clan couldn't have come under worse circumstances. Happy to see her brother once again, but tired of dealing with Sweet's prejudice, Kendl would leave the funeral following an argument, to spend time with Cesar and get away from the toxic environment which led to her mother's death.
I've missed you these 5 years, man. They're gonna be real happy to see you. Hey, what's up, y'all? Look who I found hanging around.
Carl, hey, good to see you.
I can't believe she gone, man.
That's another funeral you ran away from, fool. Just like Brian's.
Hey, she was my mama too.
Not for the past 5 years she wasn't, nigga. And where the fuck you think you going?
What? Get out my face. I'm going to see Cesar.
The hell you are, girl. You ain't messing with them essays. You know we beefed it. They ain't nothing but a
Look,
bunch
I
of
love
lowlife.
women. What the fuck are you?
At least I got principles.
Oh, and I guess that makes you an upstanding American. Carl, tell him.
Carl don't tell me shit,
As long
bitch.
as he treat her right, disrespect you, and he
How the
did.
hell you gonna say that? Like it's any business of yours.
Fuck you, Sweet.
Oh, shit. Here
Asshole.
we go again.
This shit's real fucked up. Everything. I'm tired of you not listening to me, girl.
And I'm tired of you acting like you own me. I can see who I want to see.
It just ain't right you seeing some cholo motherfucker.
Oh, what? A no-good, narrow-minded hypocrite gangbanger telling me what is right and what is wrong? Let me guess, Sweet. Senseless killing right, but a boyfriend from the South Side wrong?
Some things ain't just meant to happen. I mean, what if y'all have kids? Leroy Hernandez? That don't sound
His
good,
name
girl.
ain't Hernandez.
Well, Leroy Lopez
Or
then.
Lopez either, you racist fuck. That ain't how moms raised us.
I ain't racist, I just know how they feel about you. And look at you. You dress like a hooker.
Oh, and I guess you two would know what a hooker look like, huh?
You say it like it's a bad thing.
Shut up, Carl. I'm just trying to protect you.
For what? So I can date one of your mindless friends? I don't think so.
Don't say a word, Carl. Just follow your sister before you see another dead sibling. Then you know exactly what my problem is. She's meeting him at some cholo car club.
Eventually, CJ would be given a formal introduction to Cesar when Sweet's distrust reached a boiling point. Overly protective of his little sister, and perhaps even more so following the death of their mother, Sweet would attempt to discourage Kendl from dating a rival gang member to the Grove Street families, but the younger CJ would be less intrusive on his sister's personal life, but would take the cue from Sweet to keep Kendl safe and follow her to a lowrider competition at Unity Station, where Cesar and the rest of his Varios Los Aztecas gangsters often hung out. Though initially distrustful like Sweet, it wouldn't take long for CJ to become fond of Cesar, and the two would even develop a close friendship over time. After their first introduction, the two would next see Carl Johnson when Cesar invited CJ to participate in the city's underground racing circuits, primarily lowrider races.
Hey, CJ, you made it.
What's the business?
Hey, Carl.
Hey, baby.
Nice ride, man. That's no carucha. You sure you want to risk that, baby?
Yeah, I'm sure. How much they talking about?
It's hard cash, your pink slip in the pot. Con Santos, Then you pull up and race. The first past the post wins. Con chota sin chota.
Okay, for sure, I'm down.
Hey, watch out, CJ. These boys don't like to lose, eh?
Yeah, well, me either.
Follow me to the race, dude.
Already a natural street racer, Carl would take to the scene with ease, and participate in several more races around Los Santos at Cesar's suggestion.
Hey, who is this?
What's up, homie? It's Cesar Vialpando, cabrón. ¿Qué onda?
You seen Kendl?
Yeah, she's around, pero mira, I was just hitting you up to say that you drive good. And you like cars, eh? So,
Yeah, I guess. Where we going with this?
well, you want to make something, a little money?
Does the Pope shit in the woods?
I don't know, but if you do want a little extra, there's plenty of money to be made racing.
You talking illegal street racing? Hell yeah.
No hoopties, homes, just low riders. Nice ones. It gotta be nice so you don't get in, eh?
Okay, I'm in. When and where?
Drop by the spot in El Corona. I'll take you to the meet, vouch for you. These guys can be very nervous with the new racers, eh?
Check the booty on that.
While CJ ran around Los Santos attempting to repair a fractured Grove Street gang, Cesar and Kendl would keep mostly to themselves and out of the affairs of the Grove. Being a gangbanger himself, however, Cesar was still partial to hearing about the various goings-on in the city's darker corners. One such rumor that would reach Vialpando's ears would regard the conspiracy we alluded to earlier. When Cesar hears through the grapevine that Grove Street Lieutenant Melvin Harris, aka Big Smoke, was allied with the corrupt crash division of the LSPD, he would begin investigating, and uncover some uncomfortable truths in the process. After catching Smoke in a meeting with his crash allies Frank Tenpenny and Eddie Pulaski, he would immediately phone CJ to warn him of the treachery afoot in his gang.
Hey,
CJ, it's Cesar, man.
I'm kinda busy now. Something big going down.
Essie, I gotta see you, Holmes. Tell you something.
Look, if it's about Kendl, don't worry. We cool, alright?
No, CJ, you gotta come and see something. Something important, eh?
Well, it's gonna have to wait.
This can't wait, Holmes. If I tell you, you won't believe it, Essie, I swear.
Okay. I got about 5, so it better be good. Where you at?
I'm under the freeway, north side of Verdant Plus.
So you dragged me way across town to see what?
Just in time, ese. Take a good hard look over there.
So, some ballers hanging around a dope spot. So what?
Just watch, homie.
What the fuck? Oh, no. Shit, Smoke, what you into?
Shh, that's it. Look at that ride.
That's the motherfucking Green Saber. Shit, Smoke? Crash making you sell us out? Moms!
Sorry, ese. I heard a rumor and poked around. I didn't believe it myself, but...
Nah, you did the right thing. I owe you, C's. I gotta go tell Sweet about... Oh, fuck! Sweet! Look, go get Kendl and take her to a safe place.
What you thinking?
It's Sweet. I think him and the homies is walking into a trap. Just go. Go!
Knowing that the whole Johnson family was in danger, CJ would ask Cesar to take Kendl to somewhere safe outside of the city, and being a loyal friend and protective boyfriend, Cesar would oblige, driving Kendl outside of the city limits while Carl attempted to reach Sweet in time to warn him as well. Unfortunately, CJ would be too late to save Sweet from being arrested, and he himself would be bagged by Tenpenny and Pulaski and driven out to the countryside to continue serving as a tool for the corrupted officers.
Cesar, it's me.
Carl, you alright, Holmes? Your sister's been worried. I heard some shit went down.
Yeah, Los Santos is dangerous right now. I'm out in the middle of, I don't know, Whetstone or whatever that is.
I don't know Whetstone too well. I got some family out there, I think. But at least you ain't in jail, Holmes. Shit's fucked up with your brother, is it?
You be careful and look after Kendl.
Don't worry about me, man. You worry about the man who tries to fuck with my woman. I got some backup coming out to protect you. My cousin. Really intense, Holmes. Trust me. Meet them over at the diner in Dillimore over in Red County. You won't miss them.
Though Carl had managed to stay out of prison due to his usefulness to Crash, Sweet would not be so lucky, and would end up in a prison upstate under strict supervision. Looking for a way to free their imprisoned brother and make some cash to stay afloat, Cesar would put CJ in contact with his cousin who lived in Red County at the time, Catalina. With the cat out of the bag regarding Big Smoke's loyalties, Cesar would bring Kendl with him to Angel Pine, where CJ was staying temporarily, just to be safe. Cesar, furious at having to abandon his gang and his city due to Smoke's betrayal, would initially desire to directly pursue Smoke himself, but a level-headed CJ and Kendl would convince him to lay low, while Carl attempted to find a solution to their problems, and to simply stay out of LS for the time being, while things settled down.
This ain't over, man. I did this to take care of my woman. But now I'm gonna head straight back home, and I'm gonna cap me some fucking dope dealers.
Hey, look, you going to the barrio with that Big Willie bullshit, and you gonna get shredded.
And I ain't losing you over no macho bullshit.
Hey, relax, man. It's gonna get handled when it's time.
We already know who the fucking bad guys are, man. Your stinking Grove Street brother Smoke, and those Chota pigs, Ted Benny and Pulaski. Smoke, he's a pusher, man.
No, not Smoke. He might mess with Crash, but he don't mess with no Ye.
Come on, CJ, how you think he got that new house, huh? Just let that Grow for Life bullshit go and take a look around you.
Word on the street is twice a week. Smoke sends a car out to San Fierro and the trunk comes back full of white.
Shit! I gotta keep my eye on the highway to San Fierro. Maybe I'll see something. Just lay low and I'll be back.
Cesar and Kendl would remain in Angel Pine for a time, but being restless out in the boonies and aching for some excitement, Cesar would go looking for new opportunities outside of Los Santos. Quick enough, he would stumble onto an illegal street racing circuit composed of mainly racers out of San Fierro, and begin racing against the likes of men such as Wootsy Moo, and the infamous Reaper Man Claude, who many years later would be responsible for killing Cesar's cousin. Sensing another money-making opportunity for the cash-strapped Carl, Cesar would once again ask CJ to join him in the racing circuit, and subsequently set them on the path of the next chapter in their criminal histories.
Hey, Holmes, I've been busy.
Caesar, what's up?
I can smell Notch's archetype from a mile off. Racing, my friend. Cars, not beautiful cars, but fast, man, fast.
What are you talking about?
Street racers from San Fierro. They meet out here to tear up the blacktop. No chota choppers. You want to make some money?
Does the Pope shit in the woods?
Why you keep asking me that, Holmes? I told you, I don't know. What Holiness does his business is his business. Just get a fast car and meet me in Kendl just south of Montgomery. See you, man.
CJ would win the race, and after performing several more errands around Whetstone and Red County, participate in one more race against Catalina and Claude for Claude's car. Not willing to give up her lover's vehicle, however, Catalina would instead give CJ the deed to Claude's old garage in Doherty, as the two would no longer need it, intending to leave the state and embark on a near-decade-long string of bank robberies. Having no other options, CJ would embrace the garage and move to San Fierro, inviting Cesar and Kendl to accompany him and maybe turn the place into a real successful business.
Motherfucker! That mute asshole, that fucking snake without a tongue, gave me this shithole instead of a pink slip. I must be the biggest fucking idiot in the whole fucking world.
Holmes, take it easy. At least we're alive.
Carl, friend, fellow traveler, relax, man. You're really killing my fucking vibe here.
Well, I'm sorry I'm fucking up your vibe, old man, but I can't wait to get my hands on that mute and your bitch-ass cousin.
My cousin? You're gonna diss my familia?
My bad, man. I'm just pissed for all of us. I mean, look, we in a strange place. We got shit to our name, and for once, I try to make something work this garage, and it ain't even a garage.
Then make it into a garage.
Oh, that's a great idea, sis. Won't you shut up?
You know what, Carl? You are a fucking idiot. Your whole life you wanted something for nothing. Now you've got something and you don't know what to do with it. We'll make it good enough. We'll help, right?
We got your back, CJ.
Come on, stop tripping, man. Both of you.
Whoa, man, the energy here, it's fantastic. Oh.
Yeah, all right. But how am I find some good mechanics to work up in here, man?
I know a few guys. Come with me, friend. They're good people, I swear it.
Oh, man, I'm about to ride with this fool again.
With Kendl's savvy business sense, Cesar's expertise with cars, and a couple of good workers in Zero, Dwayne, and Jethro, the Doherty garage would slowly but surely be transformed into a legitimate business. On the surface, anyways. Whilst enlisting their new team and setting up in a new city, Cesar would also put Carl onto the couriers making runs between Los Santos and San Fierro on a weekly basis, giving CJ one more opportunity to put a squeeze on Big Smoke's operation, even at a distance.
Hey, Cesar, what up?
I got the lowdown on Smoke's Yay. Where it is every Monday and Friday the cash leaves Los Santos for San Fierro. Then every Wednesday and Saturday, a courier takes the Yay back to Big Smoke.
Okay, I keep an eye out for him. See if I can't spoil they little party. All right, man.
Though the task of making the garage turn a profit was one Kendl was more than up to, one thing she was not prepared for, or at the very least not happy to deal with, was harassment from the construction workers operating in the site surrounding the garage. After being catcalled one too many times, she would complain to CJ and Cesar for something to be done, and though Cesar was prepared to stand up for his woman, Carl insisted the job be handled by him alone, and he would employ some particularly brutal methods in serving justice.
Hey, homies.
What up, Carl?
What the fuck is going on? Do I look like a hooker to you?
What?
Those assholes keep saying shit to me.
Who said this to you?
The construction workers up that hill.
I'ma fuck them up.
Nah, hold up. I got this. I need to go teach him a little respect, huh?
That's right.
Yeah. I've been thinking about getting me some new land anyway.
After dealing with the construction workers in a truly horrific way, CJ and his team would get to work on their new business endeavor, by relaxing and playing games of cards. Dissatisfied with the work being done, Kendl would push to get the team their first real job, and thanks to the ingenuity of their tech expert Zero, said opportunity would be right around the metaphorical corner.
Read 'em and weep, cabron.
Oh, shit.
So this is it, huh? The great new business venture that's supposed to save all of our worthless lives?
Want to get in?
Look, I thought this was supposed to be our foot on the ladder. I thought we were gonna make this place work.
Hey, it might look like we playing cards, but we actually planning.
Don't worry, sweet baby. We're about to go get our first project.
At last, it works!
What works?
Oh, just a simple bit of electronic wizardry and intellectual bombast that hacks into the state-of-the-art satellite immobilization technology on board our target vehicle. Oh, me.
I don't know what he just said, but it's on.
Yes, it's on. Wait, what's on?
With their first successful acquisition, the Doherty team would begin ramping up their efforts to find, steal, and chop up vehicles to sell for parts, or outright resell to customers less than willing to pay top dollar at their local dealership.
Hey, Carl! There's 2 cars on the list, they say, and they're in the showroom across town. Let's go get them.
I always admired your direct approach, hombre.
During the drive, Cesar would reveal his and Kendl's newfound love for the city of San Fierro to CJ as they settled into their new roles running the garage.
I like this place, you know?
Where?
San Fierro, man. My home will always be the Varios and El Corona. But this city, it has something gentle about it.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Kendl seems to like it too, you know?
Oh yeah, she's really getting her head into this business thing.
That's good. She always been the brains of the family. She should get out together and make something of herself.
I think she's aiming to make something out of all of us, eh?
Yeah, she the moms of the family now.
Hey, who's this truth guy, Holmes? I don't think he's wrapped too tight.
He just sees everything from a different perspective, that's all. At first, I thought he was just another acid casualty fruitcake. But some of the things he say, I don't know, man. It ain't all bullshit.
Hey, you gonna become an alien hunter, Holmes?
I'll take a rain check on that one.
Cesar and CJ would steal 2 cars, a Sultan and an Elegy, from Otto's Autos in downtown San Fierro, racing the vehicles all the way back to the garage.
Can I help you two, gentlemen?
Yeah, you can help us by going to help some other motherfucker.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
All right, CJ, it's time to roll. Follow the leader, you better keep up.
Ah, you a maniac, S.A.?
Time after time, Cesar or Carl would bring in a new stolen vehicle, and then Zero, Dwayne, and Jethro would work to strip it or repaint it for sale, and soon enough the garage was actually bringing in plenty of traffic. Pun intended. Cesar and CJ would even get so bold as to stake out the San Fierro docks and flat out illegally operate a transport crane to take vehicles off a stationary cargo ship.
Yeah, I got it. It's in a manifold.
Shit, I just changed that seal. Must have got a crimp in it, damn.
Hey, Cez, your boy is here.
He ain't my boy.
Hey, we're almost living a normal life, huh? This is far from Grove Street, right?
Yeah, I know, but I just can't get it out the back of my mind. Moms, Sweet, Smoke. I just can't let that go.
I know. So what we gonna do about Sweet?
See, it's a shitty situation, but I gotta let it play out a little longer, okay?
Okay, but be careful. We ain't trying to lose you again.
That's right, sis. Good looking out.
Hey, Carl! I got a rap to you, Holmes. I know a guy who knows a guy who handles freight containers down on the docks. He saw one of the containers was loading up cars, and one was a match for a car on a customer's wish list. So he marked the container with a spray can, but it might be too late. The ship's loading and it moves out tomorrow.
Okay, let's go peep it out. See what we can see.
No strangers to gunfights, CJ and Cesar would at least on that occasion be forced to fight for their meals, taking on the dock security forces in order to escape with their next paycheck.
Okay, CJ! This is the one! Good work, Holmes!
Hey! What the fuck do you think you're doing?
The sheer criminal hubris of the Doherty team seemed nearly limitless at the height of their operation in San Fierro, with Carl and Cesar both becoming bold enough to openly pursue target vehicles in broad daylight, with little concern for being apprehended by the local authorities. The scale of car culture in San Fierro also made the city and its residents near perfect targets for their particular enterprise, and some car nuts would even be brave enough to flat out toy with the likes of Cesar and CJ, knowing that chop shops and car thieves are a dime a dozen in a city like San Fierro.
Hey man, where you been?
I tracked one of the cars on our shopping list. But the crazy bitch, she drives like the devil. I've been following her for hours, but she stopped for nothing. You'd have to ram her off the road in order to get a chance to get her car, and you know a wrecked car is no good to us. I swear she's playing with me.
Dude, calm down. If she playing with you, then she probably won't get one time involved until it turn ugly. We gotta find a way to stop her or slow her down.
Too bad we can't involve the police. Cause then we could pop her crazy bitch tires and bang her crazy bitch ass in jail for being a danger to my sanity.
You know what? I think I got an idea.
But despite the garage's success, both CJ and Cesar had other reasons for living in the city by the bay, with Kendl less than interested in the two's macho revenge plan. While Kendl continued to keep the garage running smoothly, her boyfriend and her brother would work with some of CJ's other allies to begin taking down the man who exiled them from their home in the first place. Cesar would track a vehicle driven by members of the Ballas, the Grove's main rivals in LS, and muscle to the LS side of Big Smoke's operation. Sensing an opportunity to gather intel on the organization, Cesar would phone CJ to meet him near Blueberry in Red County.
CJ!
You got it?
Hey, my cousin just called me. He gave me a tip about a baller's car going to San Fierro to score yay.
Shit! We gotta find out who's supplying those cats.
Read your mind, Holmes. I picked them up at the Mulholland intersection, and I'm trailing them now.
Okay, I'm coming to meet you.
Better make it fast, Holmes. These boys are hanging around.
The two would follow the vehicle all the way to Angel Pine, and observe the shady dealings that were keeping Big Smoke a comfortable and powerful drug lord.
There it is, Holmes.
Ryder, you shermhead.
This business is bigger than any gang, ese.
Ryder, little bitch. This guy take himself real serious.
That's T-Bone Mendez.
What now? Is that it?
Hey, who's the gringo?
I don't like the look of that guy. This more than a few thugs pushing product. It's a serious organization.
How many of these clowns are there?
I know a pimp when I see one. They being clever about this. It ain't no exchange of nothing incriminating. That was some heavy shit.
We better split up and get out of here. I'll meet you back at the garage, eh?
Coolio, we got what we came for anyway.
With a newfound conception of just how Smoke was running the show, Cesar and CJ would return to San Fierro and begin brainstorming on their next potential move. Luckily for them, an old friend of theirs from their countryside racing days, Wootsy Moo of the Mountain Cloud Boys, better known as Woozy, had a similar interest in dismantling his own rivals in the Vietnamese Da Nang Boys, presenting an opportunity for both groups to help each other. Carl would assist Woozy in dealing with his Vietnamese problem, and subsequently agree to work with him and Cesar in digging up information on the San Fierro end of Big Smoke's cocaine empire.
That's crazy, man. What are you looking at exactly?
Hey man, you get them flicks developed? What's up, Woozy?
Hey, Carl. I was just explaining to your brother-in-law that we were friends.
Oh yeah? Well look, Woozy, I need to get some info from you, man.
What exactly do you boys want to know?
Who are these putas, Holmes?
Why don't you go take a look?
These guys?
Yeah.
They're the Loco Syndicate. They're pretty big time, I think. Don't have any dealings with them. We don't touch blow. Now this guy runs things. I don't know his name. This guy is T-Bone Mendez. He's the muscle.
And who's that guy?
That's Jizzy B. He's the biggest pimp in town. He helps set up the deals. You know, concierge of sorts.
Hey, did he my way in? How I get to him?
Oh, Jizzy? Jizzy runs the Pleasure Domes Club in that old fortress under the Gant Bridge.
Hey, good looking out, Woozy.
No problem. Don't be a stranger.
All right.
Carl would spend time working for Jizzy to earn his trust, and meet the other two main members of the Loco Syndicate operating out of San Fierro Reefa leader T-Bone Mendez, and mysterious benefactor Mike Torino. When the time to eliminate Jizzy in order to steal his phone and intercept a meeting between the Syndicate and the Ballas arrived, CJ would panic, having misplaced his sidearm and forgotten to make a DIY silencer. Thankfully, his well-armed and resourceful friend would be more than prepared for such an eventuality. After killing Jizzy, the two would learn of the meeting taking place at Pier 69, and call upon Woozy's Mountain Cloud Boys to assist in crashing the party. CJ would meet Cesar on a rooftop opposite the pier, and prepare for one of their most intense battles so far.
Hey man,
Nice job getting that phone message. What's up with Jizzy?
dead. So what's the plan?
T-Bone security got here real early. They got men on the roofs watching over the pier. Hey, okay. Yeah, I see you. That was Woozy's boys. They're in place. Look down by the side entrance.
Shit, they heading up to the roof.
Shit! Mina, we're gonna have to take out T-Bone's men on the rooftop before this whole gig blows wide open.
Thankfully, CJ, being a natural with almost any vehicle or weapon, would make short work of the San Fierro Reefa attacking Woozy's men on the rooftops, but an incoming Mike Torino would spot the bodies and send their plan into a tizzy.
Man, my bussin' was tight.
Here comes T-Bone.
And here's that snake rider. Look at that fool, hanging out with the ballers like they was lifelong pals. Something ain't right. Where's Torino?
Chopper inbound!
That's gotta be Torino. Oh shit, he'll see the bodies on the rooftops.
It's too late, man. He's tripping out, Holmes.
Smoke grenades? So much for a surprise. Come on, we gotta take these fools right now.
Together, Cesar and Carl would shoot their way through the Ballas and reach T-Bone Mendez, finishing him off together before CJ turned his attention to his traitorous friend Ryder.
Mendez, I see you, Reefa motherfucker!
Hey, Ryder, sherm-head asshole, where you think you going?
Can't stop me.
He's headed for those boats!
Don't worry about it, I got this.
Reluctantly, CJ would murder his former friend turned drug pusher and find himself temporarily beside himself with grief, despite their victory. With work still to be done, Cesar would give Carl a much-needed morale boost as they prepared for their final move against what remained of the Syndicate.
Carl! You're a fucking hero down in LS. I just spoke to my cousin.
Not with my people, I ain't. Shit's still fucked up. Man, I got homies I used to run with that turn their back on me over this.
Yeah, well, what are you gonna do, huh?
Fucking Ryder, man. That was my homie. And I killed him.
Fucking midget deserved it, eh? Little asshole tried to bang your sister, you know that?
No. For real? Shit. Maybe you right then, man, but...
Cheer the fuck up! You're going soft on me, man. You did something good, eh?
Yes, you did. But this isn't over yet.
What you mean?
Well, your former friends have a factory. And the way I see it, if you take that out, you will have put them out of business for good.
Carl would indeed manage to take down the Syndicate's warehouse with more help from Woozy, while Cesar and Kendl continued to run the Doherty garage in relative peace. Life for Cesar and Kendl would remain relatively stable, for a time anyway, running the garage and presumably living somewhere in the city together, though we were not able to locate an address for the two during their stay in the Bayside City, possibly indicating that they lived together at the garage itself. Whatever the case, being related to Carl Johnson meant life wouldn't stay boring for long. After leaving San Fierro to pursue a lead on the supposedly dead Loco Syndicate boss, Mike Torino, CJ would find himself embroiled in a government conspiracy, and be forced to string along Cesar at the request of the very much alive Mike Torino.
I need you to commandeer a truck. A rival agency with a confused social agenda. They got things that we need. Now this is a two-man job. You'll need a friend. Use your sister's boyfriend, but don't tell him a thing. Remember, I'll be watching you.
Having no other choice if he wanted to stay alive and rescue his brother, CJ would do as instructed, and bring Cesar along for the dangerous job of hijacking a semi-truck at top speed on the San Fierro freeway.
We need to jack a truck on the freeway. It's headed to San Fierro.
What's the plan?
I'm gonna pull alongside, and you gonna hop aboard.
Oh shit, you didn't mention that on the phone.
It'll be a walk in the park.
Tell Kendl I love her.
There's a rig up ahead.
Just a little closer, Holmes.
Thankfully, having clearly done his research on CJ and his associates, Cesar would be the right man for the job, and successfully managed to jump aboard the tanker as Carl drove alongside it, tossing the driver out and bringing it in for storage to their Doherty garage. Exactly what became of the tanker or what it was even needed for remains unclear, but given that mysterious G-Man Mike Torino was involved, it seems likely that at some point another G-Man arrived discreetly at the garage to take it off Cesar and Kendl's hands, but we will never know. After working for Torino for some time, Carl would run into Woozy whilst living in Las Venturas, and eventually become partner in a casino venture that the Triads had going in the city. Knowing his sister already had the head for business, he would at some point invite Kendl to help Woozy and him manage talent at the Triad Casino, the Four Dragons, on the fabulous Venturas Strip.
Don't hate the little man because he's packing a six-shooter.
Oh, next.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Do you know how much balls it takes to stand down here and sing a song like that? It takes guts.
I'm sorry. We're just looking for something with a little more mass appeal.
What could have more mass appeal than a song like Small but perfectly formed? Women want me. Men want to be like me. Assholes.
Oh.
Gotta be kidding me, right?
Damn. This casino game is hard work. I thought it was just a case of opening the doors and letting suckers give you their money.
If only.
You know what? I'm getting bored here. I'm trying to do business, not audition midgets.
People of reduced stature, you mean?
Yeah, I said that. All I know is when are we gonna get some real talent in here?
I heard that.
However, by this point, the power and influence that Carl had acquired with his stake in the Triad Casino, successful garage, and even position as manager to rapper Mad Dog would allow for CJ, Cesar, and Kendl to return to their corrupted home in Los Santos, with the goal of finally setting things right and dethroning Big Smoke from his position as crack cocaine king of the city. What Cesar and Kendl couldn't have known, however, was that their other main enemy and corrupted crash officers Frank Tenpenny and Eddie Pulaski, who held Big Smoke's leash, had been effectively exonerated of all their crimes when the time came for their widely publicized trial, and all thanks to the efforts of CJ. Now all living out of Mad Dog's mansion in the Vinewood Hills, Cesar, Kendl, Carl, and a recently released from prison Sweet, as well as CJ's other oddball associates, would watch with bated breath as the verdict came down from on high, and an entire city collectively roared in anger.
Hey, be quiet, be quiet.
Come on, you bunch of wankers. This is unbearable.
Shut up.
Officers Eddie Pulaski and Frank Tenpenny, both hard-working members of a community policing unit, have been charged with racketeering, corruption, narcotics, and sexual assault.
They brought it on themselves.
That bastard cost me my farm. And he hogged the barn.
Fellow officer Ralph Pendlebury, who had threatened to turn state's evidence, and who was then found shot dead in a supposedly unrelated gang incident.
I say 20 years.
Try 5 years. Cops always get off easy.
Yeah, I heard that.
Lost evidence, retracted witness statements, and now the disappearance of fellow officer Jimmy Hernandez and Officer Pulaski himself, believed to be on the run. Oh wait, they're exiting the courtroom now.
That bastard Pulaski will probably turn up dead just like the rest
of them. In light of the
them.
lack of evidence against my client, the district attorney's office has seen fit to drop all charges against this innocent man.
That's bullshit.
You see? You can't trust the system, man.
This surprise decision is wholly unprecedented.
Oh man, ain't no justice. It's just
I know. I've been arrested numerous times for totally natural behavior.
Los Santos will burn tonight.
Ain't nobody gonna be riding in my hood.
I don't know about that, Holmes. Look, the whole city is going up. People are fucking pissed off about this.
People don't know what they want. We all being used.
You see, man, it's always the same, friend. Power systems corrupt everyone.
Look, I said we gonna secure the hood. We ain't getting shit together so some idiot can burn it down.
With the city in complete chaos, CJ and Sweet would return to the Grove while Cesar returned to his Varios Los Azteca brothers in El Corona, and Kendl presumably stayed in the safety of the Mad Dog mansion, though it's possible she accompanied Cesar on his respective crusade. After cleaning out the Grove of the Ballas, Cesar would ask Carl for help in cleaning up El Corona, and naturally, he would oblige, no longer at odds with the Aztecas and instead staunch allies.
Yeah, so get the place locked down. No one's gonna ruin the hood. You hear me? No one. Alright, see.
What up?
We almost got the hood under control, man. CJ, this is some serious shit, man.
Hey, man, I know, man. I went through a lot of shit for this family since you been gone, so I know.
What? For yourself, not for the family. Don't get shit confused, nigga.
Man, when you gonna give me a break?
When you stop acting like you the man. You keep yapping on what you done did, let me tell you what I done did. When Kendl needed shoes, I went out and got the money. When Mars needed an operation, I robbed people for the bread. While you off in Liberty City thinking about your own shit. For 5 years, come on, man. Now you do something you wanna fucking pray? Nigga, please.
That ain't fair, man.
Carl! Man, I need your help.
Man, I'm kinda busy right now with family shit.
I helped you guys, hombre. It's time you help me and my homies. My hood's screwed up too. We got this shitty neighborhood on lockdown now.
All right, what you need?
It's time to get my old gang back together. Push out those yay-slanging punks, eh?
I know, but I got a lot going on right here in my own hood, man. And I made my brother a promise.
All your brother wants you to do is pay back your debt, CJ.
All right, I hear you. I got your back. Come on, let's roll.
Orale, the Vario's coming back.
Carl would accompany Cesar to the heart of the rioting in Azteca territory, meeting up with veteran gangsters Sonny, Hazer, and Gal to help Cesar clear a path to his old home on the far side of El Corona. Amidst the chaos of a rioting city, Cesar would confide in Carl his plan to ask Kendl to marry him, and though not concerned about CJ's approval, he would ask Carl to talk to the much more hardline Sweet for him. Presumably, Carl would do just that, but before such pleasantries could take place, they would have to fight to regain control of the former Azteca territory.
Shit's real serious, man. Look at the streets, eh?
Yeah, we better watch ourselves, man.
We don't want to get caught on the ballers trip while this shit's going down.
Man, Tenpenny brought the Central to his knees.
Hey, while we're here, I I have a question to ask you.
Yeah, what?
Well, it's personal.
Come on, man. We brothers, you and me. You can ask me anything.
Okay, here goes. I want to ask Kendl the question.
What's the problem? Call her, dude. Here, use my phone.
No, Holmes, the question.
What? Oh, shit, you mean pop the question? Well, I'm okay with that. You know, I appreciate you asking my permission and shit, but...
Nah, I know you're cool, Holmes, but it's sweet, man. He's the problem. Can you talk to him?
Sure thing, Cesar. I'll talk to him.
Thanks, CJ. That means a lot to me, Holmes.
The fight wouldn't be an easy one, however, as the East Side Vagos had taken significant amounts of territory both before and after the riots, similarly to how the Ballas had muscled in on Grove territory following Carl's exile. With an excessive amount of firepower, the gangbangers would battle their way through the alleys and side streets, slowly gaining ground, but not without cost.
Those Vagos, man, I'm gonna cut those cacos.
Ráspalo hasta el hueso. Hey, carnales, what's cracking, Holmes?
Cesar, and you must be CJ. Cesar says you cool, so we cool, Holmes.
Okay, check it out. We're gonna have to work our way through this neighborhood to get to my house. If we stick together, those vagos pendejos won't stand a chance. Watch each other's backs, amigos. Hasta la muerte!
Hasta la muerte!
That was the easy bit, eh? Now we going to the Viper's Nest. This is where it gets tough. Luckily, we have a little surprise up our sleeves. Eh, Sonny?
That's a rocket launcher, man. We'll bring the National Guard down on us.
Look around you, CJ. The whole city is a war zone. Come on, I want to take my house back.
Though Hazer would be hit during the fighting, Cesar and the Aztecas would manage to reach his home thanks to CJ's help, and the gang could finally re-establish their control over the area, one broken home at a time.
Let's fucking finish this!
I'm with you, man. Let's take these punks.
Find a new home, assholes! Vagos on this hood! Burn them!
What's up? All right, that's the last of them.
How's Hazer?
We need to get him to a hospital.
Hey, I'll take it.
CJ, you done more than enough, Holmes. You should get back to the Grove.
All right, S.A. I'll see you after all this is settled down.
Thanks, CJ, and good luck, my friend.
CJ would have one more battle to fight, however, and along with his brother Sweet, track down and kill both Big Smoke and Frank Tenpenny. Although technically, Frank's death was entirely his own doing when he crashed his out-of-control fire truck off of the Ganton Bridge, right into the center of Grove Street.
Don't do it, man. He's gone.
I just want to be sure it's over, man. That's all.
It's cool. Don't need to put a bullet in him. He killed himself in a traffic accident. No one to blame. Let's roll.
I mean, far out, man. You know, I mean, you beat the system. I tried for 30 years to cross over, but you managed it, man. I mean, man, you're an icon, man.
Oh, thanks, man.
I'm just glad it's finally over.
What's up with Smoke?
You know what's up with Smoke. He always saw things a little different than us.
Smoke? Smoke was always on his own, always out for self.
That is the surest path to hell, man. Well, without our 15 microdots and an ounce of mescaline.
Let's go get something to eat.
Sounds good to me.
With Smoke and Tenpenny dead and their business assets secure, Cesar and Kendl would return to managing both the Doherty Garage on Cesar's part and presumably the Four Dragons Casino on Kendl's part. Though exactly what became of Cesar, Kendl, or Carl Johnson remains unclear, it seems safe to assume that following the chaotic year that was 1992, they settled into one of their many new businesses for a more relaxed life as the ones now calling the respective shots.
Hey, now that everything is cool, we gotta stay on top of our game. Keep everything in check, but subtle.
We got problems in Venturas, problems in San Fierro. Shit's never ending.
For sure. I mean, the family's back on their feet, but we gotta keep shit tight. Because a lot of people has got their eyes on us.
Whoa, 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 whoa! I come in peace with Mr. Dog here, who has an announcement.
Our first gold record!
Yeah,
baby! Yes, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, they heard about it.
I decided to get breast implants.
Loco ese.
Joke on.
Anyway, what's next?
We should hit the casinos, roll some dice with Woozy.
Nah, we gotta take care of shit here first.
We going on tour, fam!
Has anyone got a tissue? My nose it won't stop running. Is anybody?
Yeah, I have. Over there.
I'll pass.
Carl, where are you off to now?
Finna hit the block. See what's happening.
Kendl Johnson and Cesar Vialpando were in many ways a perfect match for each other. Cesar being a passionate and loyal man who always stood up for his friends, and Kendl being a driven and motivated go-getter, both being held back by their gang upbringings and both bringing out the best in each other, with little tension or drama between them. What exactly their personal or home lives were like remains unclear, but based on known interactions, it seems likely that the two always remained singularly devoted to one another romantically. As only a brief window of their lives is known to us, we can only speculate on the lives these two might have lived following their ascension to business owners and talent managers. We do believe that they eventually married, though when, under what circumstances, and whether or not the relationship held indefinitely is not known. Cesar Vialpando was a man whose loyalty could never be questioned, as he never even hesitated to drop everything and help the people he cared about when the chips were down, and often unprompted. Cesar was heavily protective of Kendl despite her strong sense of independence, which only likely further endeared her towards him. He was also, like Kendl's brother, at times a complete and utter maniac, capable of murder, espionage, and acts of elaborate thievery when it suited him or his family. Like most gangsters in America, including Carl, Cesar always had a justification for his violent or illegal actions, and would continue seeking less than above-board work even when well established with his own money, either because it was all he knew, or because it was what he truly enjoyed doing. Despite being entirely uninvolved in gang activity herself, Kendl did not seem to object all that heavily to the more murderous tendencies of either her brother or her boyfriend, though to be fair, it isn't known exactly how aware she even was of just how many people the two had collectively killed or robbed. If she was aware, she certainly didn't care enough to avoid working with the likes of Woozy at the Four Dragons Casino, who himself was involved in numerous violent incidents across multiple cities, including a massive casino heist that Carl had helped him to execute. Kendl in this regard seemed to care only about family and nothing else, either being completely indifferent to the methods Cesar and CJ used to move them up in the world, or blissfully unaware, though the former seems more likely. In fact, given that Kendl was actively involved in the operation of the Doherty Garage, which was itself an illegal chop shop, it seems almost undeniable that Kendl had no problem with scamming or robbing those she could, as long as it helped her or her family, and simply chose to keep her hands as clean as possible when it came to the more direct action necessary to keep their businesses in operation. Cesar, on the other hand, was explicit in his involvement in gang activity, and while he isn't the one who single-handedly turned the state of San Andreas on its head, he did play a significant role in the story of the much more well-known Carl Johnson. In fact, it could be said that Cesar's role in Carl's journey to becoming one of the most influential entrepreneurs to ever come out of Ganton was instrumental. Had Cesar not been ambitious enough to investigate the rumors regarding Big Smoke's betrayal, it is possible CJ and Sweet themselves would have been assassinated, not to mention Cesar's role in helping CJ to dismantle the Loco Syndicate and operate his own chop shop garage. While neither Kendl or Cesar could hold a candle to the criminal record of Carl Johnson, the two of them nonetheless would have a substantial number of crimes that could be attributed to them mostly due to their association to the aforementioned CJ. Though Cesar's sheet is obviously far more extensive than the much more hands-off Kendl, both were responsible either directly or indirectly for plenty of crime around the state of San Andreas in the magical year of 1992, and possibly beyond. As usual on this program, these individuals were never charged with these crimes. However, we here at Weasel wish to give you, dear viewer, an idea of just how extensive the records could be had the authorities responsible for apprehending such people been competent instead of corrupt. With that being said, let's look at what crimes we believe the pair could have been charged with for their actions in 1992 alone, starting with Kendl, who as of now very easily holds the record for shortest crime sheet on GTA biographies to date. Accessory to an illegal lowrider competition when first introducing Cesar to CJ. Accessory to illegal street racing when racing with Cesar in the Los Santos circuits. Conspiracy accessory to Grand Theft Auto when helping the Doherty Garage to plan their thefts. Conspiracy accessory murder when encouraging Carl to dish out justice to the catcalling construction workers. And as for Cesar Vialpando, his criminal record is much more substantial, starting with participating in an illegal lowrider competition where he first meets Carl Johnson. Illegal street racing when racing CJ in the Los Santos circuit. Illegal street racing when racing CJ in the Countryside circuit. Conspiracy accessory murder when filling CJ in on the details of Smoke's couriers moving product into San Fierro. Conspiracy accessory murder when providing CJ with a silenced pistol to murder Jizzy B and his guards. Conspiracy accessory murder and murder when helping CJ to ambush a Loco Syndicate meeting at Pier 69. Conspiracy accessory murder when planning the final details of the assault on the syndicate with CJ. Accessory Grand Theft Auto when helping CJ to steal a Uranus. Accessory Grand Theft Auto, reckless driving, reckless endangerment, and evading authorities when stealing a Sultan and Elegy from Otto's Autos in downtown San Fierro. Grand Theft Auto and accessory murder when stealing a Jester from the docks in San Fierro. Reckless driving, reckless endangerment, accessory Grand Theft Auto and attempted Grand Theft Auto when trying and failing to steal a Stratum for the garage and helping CJ to steal it instead. Grand Theft Auto, murder, reckless driving, and accessory to reckless driving when hijacking a truck for Mike Torino. Conspiracy accessory murder, and purchasing military-grade weapons when fighting up the Los Santos Vagos to reclaim territory for the Varios Los Aztecas with CJ. When all is said and done, Cesar and Kendl are hardly the most deadly or violent of the people we have so far examined on this show, but nonetheless represent another demographic of this country's vast criminal underground. Vialpando especially may have given Carl Johnson a run for his money in terms of his own ambition as a gangster, if circumstances hadn't forced him into the path he inevitably walked. What became of either, once again, remains unclear, but with the respective histories in mind, it seems unlikely that either hung up their criminal lives entirely, but instead graduated to the more sophisticated life of being criminal entrepreneurs. It seems that even for the criminally minded, love can still conquer all. While many of the people we examine on this program struggle to find steady or healthy relationships due to their often exceedingly violent lifestyles, sometimes even the most ruthless criminals can find true love where they least expect it. America is a dangerous place, people, and even if this uncharacteristic story of romance and mod garages seemed wholesome, one mustn't forget the trail of bodies left in the wake of such people, and the many lives they inevitably destroy. Stay indoors, people. You never know if you'll bear witness to the next Bonnie and Clyde as you're shopping for your low-fat Twinkies at the Super Save. I'll see you next time for another exciting edition of Grand Theft Auto Biographies, with me, your host, Guinness Walker. Thank you for watching.